All right, what's up, everybody? Once again, it's the Three Black Guys. Here we go again. Another one has died
What's
about a
happening?
head. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Mario, he's over there feeding his face, getting that midnight dinner in.
That's how you gain weight, man. Eating so late at night. That's how you gain weight.
I haven't gained a pound in years.
In years.
But I'm just saying, though, you ain't supposed to eat that late. It ain't healthy for you.
Okay. All right.
You know, a mother hen over here. So what's going on, everybody? It's Three Black Guys show. Again, we have to do what is this called?
An emergency gathering of the council.
That's good. An emergency gathering.
I love that. I love that. That's good.
An emergency gathering.
Unfortunately, once again, guys, we are having to do a broadcast in the middle of the week, where we usually don't. We usually wait till Sunday evenings at 8:30. Right now, we're looking at some footage that's being shot from Minneapolis, where the protesters out, and they had a close-up where they had the police out with their the ARs pointed out, and I think they put out some tear gas just to disperse some people a little earlier. You all right, buddy?
I'm good.
Yeah, okay. They had put out some tear gas to disperse some people, but you can see that it's pouring down raining, and the protesters still out there. This is at a precinct in Minneapolis. Of course, we know why they're out there. Well, hopefully, most of us should know why by now, that there's so many people out and upset and angry. This is ridiculous, man. I don't know if I have the energy, bro, to go through what's been happening and go through the show, and I don't know, man.
Well, it's getting. I don't know. We're starting to see this a lot more, and I know people say, we're seeing it a lot more because people are recording. Right. But I think it's happening more frequently, though.
I do too.
I don't think it's just a matter of people having the ability to record it. I think it's actually happening a lot more frequent. Because this guy, it looked like, man, it almost like when you look at some of the pictures and look at the videos, like he perfectly knew he was being recorded and
didn't care.
Right.
And did not care. So you've already set this thing up, have you, Steve?
What do you say, Mario?
Have you set this up yet?
Well, I mean, I can try to go through the facts of it, guys. I'll try to quickly go through it. So as we know, yesterday, a man was died. A black man has died at the hands of a police officer in Minneapolis. His name, of course, was George Floyd. He was detained for a reason of suspicion that he was going to write a bad check. The suspicion of he was going to write a bad check. So the police roll up on him. There's now come out another video that's saying that he was not resisting arrest. I haven't seen that video just as yet, but the second video shows that he wasn't resisting arrest. Of course, in the police statement, he was saying that he was resisting arrest, and therefore they had to put him down and control him. Mr. George died by the hands of 4 police officers. Of course, one had his knee on the man's neck for more than 5 minutes after he was already in custody. He was already handcuffed and down on the ground. He had one other police officer holding his arms. Another police officer was holding his legs, and one police officer was had his knee, his full weight on his knee, and he died of his injuries. Of course, the police officers now have been terminated, and that's where we are right about now. I'm trying not to cuss because I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to hold on. I'll let Mario and all the other fellas do all the cussing for me. But if y'all want to go from here and start the conversation, let's start it. Guys, if you're on our page, if you're watching us right now, these are the thoughts and the ideas of the people represented here. We don't represent any other company or entity. These are the thoughts of the Three Black Guys. All right. So if you have any questions, guys, please click like and share. Go down to the Three Black Guys page, just to let number 3 Black Guy Show, Three Black Guy Show on Facebook. Join in with the conversation, and you can leave your thoughts, ideas, whatever you need to say. If you want to, holler, scream, do whatever you need to do. We're here to listen for you. All right, Mario, go for it, bro.
I saw this. I started getting the message. James, you sent out a text early this morning, and I had not seen the video, so I didn't understand where it was coming from. It wasn't until maybe about I think I was en route to work when I got the video that and I watched it. And when I say I literally watched this man's life leave his body. In the course of, I think the video was about a 7-minute long video or something like that.
7 to 10 minutes, yeah.
Right. Watch this man's life get snuffed out. And to see that happen in, and not necessarily real time, but to just see that happen. What kind of and I'm trying not to curse, Steve, because my wife has given me the speech before. My wife has given me the speech, and I'm trying hard not to curse. But what kind of freaking animal do you have to be? What kind of Neanderthal? What kind of low level, low life, low chasming son of a you have to be to kill somebody the way you killed him? And you knew you were killing him. You knew what you were doing was killing him. With your hand in your pocket.
In your pocket.
Knee on his neck. He's telling you, I cannot breathe. What kind of nothing do you have to be in order for you to be able to do that and still live with yourself the next day? Can somebody answer that? That's not rhetorical. That's a real question. Somebody
that's a real question.
That's a real question. What kind of nothing you have to be there? Hold on, I'm still going.
Oh, okay, you still okay.
I'm gonna let you go. No, go ahead, James. I don't want to get too hyped. I'm trying not to curse. I'm trying to be a good husband. I'm trying not to curse.
Well, here's my
last, Eric.
You asked the question, and I'm gonna put it to you like this. And anybody that disagrees with me is more than welcome to. The white race is probably the most diabolical race on this planet. And it's been proven time and time again. I mean, this isn't speculation. It's not, me just running off at the mouth. I mean, it's been proven. So to answer your question, that's the type of person you have to be. These people, man, can do this kind of stuff with no problems whatsoever. And it's okay. This guy, man, if you look at him in the video, he knew he was being recorded. And he didn't care.
He didn't.
Like he wasn't worried about it. Like, yeah, I got my knee in his neck, so what?
Right.
Yeah, he hollering about he can't breathe, but so what? I mean, for me, man, it's those people have every right to be mad. We all should be mad. Like, we all should be raging right now. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Raging. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm raging.
And what's gonna set me over the top is when I start seeing the justifications that are gonna come from some black people. That's what's gonna set me over the top. When people start saying, "Oh, he resisted. Oh, if he wasn't doing a crime by doing forgery, it wouldn't have happened." See, all that stuff is coming because I've seen it before. That's what's gonna set me off. Because, and we said this in previous shows, man. Listen, Somebody's doing a crime, take them to jail.
Right.
But the difference is that when we do minor crimes, it becomes a death sentence right there. We don't see court. We don't see a judge. We don't see a lawyer. We get sentenced and executed right there on the street, and then it's justified. When people like Dylan Roof can shoot up a church and get taken to Burger King,
Right.
when
He's still alive.
So for me, man, there's no way you can hold on. Get out the cabinet. Get your sorry, I had to holler at the cat. Sorry. But there's no like, how can you justify that? How can you justify this man? Steve, you said that he hadn't even forged the check yet. It was a suspicion.
Suspicion.
So how can one man be in suspicion of a forged check and get a knee put in his neck and killed? And you got a cat who shot 9 people in the church?
I think so.
Taken Burger King.
Shoot 9 people in the church, arrested easily, taken to get something to eat to chill out. Like, that's justified in this country. And people will justify it. Believe me, white and black, they will justify it. And
if you're a black person that justifies that, if you on my page or you know me, unfriend me for life.
Right.
If you justify that, almost cursed. If you justify that in any kind of way, I don't even want you in my circle. Just get away from me. I hate you. I wish the worst for you.
Brother, I tell you, it's coming. I've seen it time and time again, especially when it comes to police officers. Some justification. Oh, their jobs are already hard. Oh, they got to go home too. It's always some sort of crazy justification when it comes to these police officers. And personally, as far as I'm concerned, white or black, as I was just telling Steve, man, these cops are just out of control. Cops, period.
Here's the thing that we have to deal with, though. I mean, here's the question that we have to ask: why are the cops so out of control now? What? I mean, we know that I think Will Smith said that everything's being recorded now.
Right.
I mean, why is it so very present right now? Why in this country right now, in America, this wonderful, free, loving country that they have rights for everybody? Why is it that police officers are killing black men? Why is it that we got Karens weaponizing police? Like the woman in New York, that man could have been dead. He could have been dead. Why is it now in this time in this country that we are having this much going on? Why? I mean, I'm blown away, man. You guys have already spoken about it, but it makes zero sense to me.
You said it earlier. You said it earlier when we talked. All right. There's no doubt that our current president has given sort of a green light to this type of stuff. There's no doubt about that.
Right. Exactly.
There's no doubt. You know, I talk a lot of junk, man, but I mean, it's true. But at the same time, I don't want to use that as an excuse for these guys.
Right, because they still have to be held accountable.
Right. That's the only thing I want to be careful of. I don't want to give them the out of saying you're only doing this because Trump gave you the green light, because their thoughts and their actions and their whole upbringing had nothing to do with Trump. That's the way these people, they just feel now we got this green light, you know, it's okay. But what they don't understand is that Trump don't care nothing about them either.
Right.
Well, can I say this? Can I say this?
Come on, man.
In support of that, I want to say it was about a year or two ago. I saw I want to say Dateline, but one of those type shows, if it was not Dateline, that said since the Trump, maybe since the end of the Obama administration going into the Trump, there had been an uptick in white supremacists joining the police force.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And so that's why. So in addition to that, along with the seated president, that's why we are at the point we are, because we haven't seen this in our lifetime, in our 40 whatever years, we haven't seen this.
Not
Not
like
like
that.
Not like
Now, granted, I'll say that, save that for later. But we haven't seen it. We haven't seen this like this. So, um, that's my answer. If it was not a rhetorical question, that's my answer.
no, it's a real question.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing. Here's my take on this. Once again, for everybody who likes to talk about voting and how we start to suppress some of this stuff, this is the issue that we have right now. Is because the one thing. Listen, I'm not a Joe Biden fan, but if he puts down with this type of stuff, if he comes out, starts speaking against this kind of stuff, and really starts demeaning this kind of stuff, Joe can get my vote. This is the type of stuff that I like. Okay, I feel the economy and foreign policy and all of those stuff, man. This stuff right here is what's important to me. And it's important to me because I got 3 little boys. Okay? I got 3 boys that I got to raise in this crap. Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm at the point, I don't know what to tell my boys about how to handle when they come in contact with the police. If I tell them to comply, they can still get shot.
Right.
If I tell them to pull out their phones and start recording, they can get shot. So I don't know what to tell my boys. And that's what has me pissed off. Like right now, my middle is at home with his mama. If something happens there and he calls the police, they can come there and shoot him thinking he's the one doing something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so trigger happy and out of flipping control.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, call the police, but now I've got to coach him. All right, when the police get there, make sure you standing with your hands up in the air. Make sure they know you the one they call. Like, I've got to give him lessons on how to act when the police comes to supposedly help him.
Okay, here we go. Anthony Herrera, I hope I didn't Herrera. What transpired beforehand? Does it freaking matter?
Listen, bro. Hold up.
Hold up. A man died. It doesn't freaking matter what happened. What freaking happened was the man was supposed to have been writing a bad check. It doesn't flipping matter what he did. It doesn't deserve death. A criminal doesn't deserve death until a judge says kill him. So it doesn't matter. Stop asking dumb questions. Go on.
So listen, man. So I knew it was coming. I heard 10 minutes prior it was pretty bad. Listen. Okay. Once again, man. If he resisted arrest, whatever. At the point of the video, he was on the ground in handcuffs. No need for his knee to be in the man's neck unless he through him.
3 policemen was on this dude.
See, that's the kind of stuff that pisses me off, man. They want to talk. I get there's stuff that transpired beforehand, whatever. At the point of that video, though, there's no excuse for what was happening from that point on. The man is on the ground. He's subdued. They have him in custody. So the point of the other stuff was just pure blood. I'm going to kill him.
Right.
And I'm going to make it look like it was an accident.
He straight got off on that, hand in pocket and everything. He was liking that jump.
Right. You're right. I'm with you, Tanya.
Yeah, he was liking that. Looking at the camera like, oh.
I have to believe that this guy has to be a part of, and I very well could be wrong. This is Minnesota, but they exist in Minnesota too. I gotta believe this cat is a part of a white racist group of some sort, and this
has to be.
And this was just par for the course. They all have to get one at some point.
Oh, right.
Doing that. You understand what I'm saying? Right. They all have to get them one and this was his one. And that
But that's
to me,
the
that's
one
the
we
only
know
thing.
about.
That's the one we know about.
That's the one we know about. Correct. You're right.
Right.
But if
They-
you look
they
at how
telling how many
cool and calm and collected this cat was while he snuffed this guy's life out, that's a
I mean,
hard-
real cool. Like that's what I was saying, man. Like he was, like it was just another day at work, man.
Mm.
Hey guys, I don't know if this is real or not, but this is what I found on the internet. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Nah, we can't see that, brother.
What about now?
No, sir.
Nah.
It's the police officer. There it
There
is.
you go.
Wait a minute. It's trying to come. Stop moving it. Let your camera, maybe your camera for there
Yeah,
you go.
let the camera just go. What does that say? Make America great again? That's the
That's your
police officer that killed him.
Yep.
He's wearing a MAGA hat on the split screen.
Yep.
That's it.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. These man. And here's the deal. I told y'all the pushback was going to be serious.
Yes, sir.
The pushback, retaliation is coming. I mean, you've had the police breaking this. What has this been in the last week or the last 2 weeks? You've had the police breaking it. You've had a mod killed.
Right.
And I think, but was it before or after that they broke into the police broke into this lady's house?
After Louisville. That was in Louisville.
That was in
Yeah.
Louisville. Broke in the house and killed her. Shot 8 times.
Right.
Now we sitting on this. You
Like
really
straight-
think?
Dude.
Tahir, hold on a second. Tahir said, I know you guys are angry, but you know justice will be served. No, we don't know that.
We don't know
No,
that.
we
We don't know that. That is not a given in America, son. I don't know where you live, but in America, that is not a given.
No, we don't know justice to be served, man.
I mean, Rodney King, let's go back. Rodney King got,
black? Is he black?
I don't know. Rodney King got the stew beat out of him, and those cops got off.
Right.
It was on camera that they beat the stew out of this man, and they got off. So there is not known that we're going to get justice. I'm sorry, I'm mad. I don't mean to be mad at you, bro, but that once again, that statement doesn't fly in America. Not this America.
Not this one. Not this one.
I know people like to have faith in the justice system, man, but as black people, we know better. I mean, we know better than that, man. It's
the name like Adnan to here, he ought to know too.
But you know what, Tanya? A lot of people, man, regardless of their race or whatever, you have a lot of black people that still have real faith in this justice system here. And
How? And you live in the same America I live in. How?
Well, but Steve, stop putting his comments up, man, because he just let him comment. Just let him comment.
No, man. Everybody got to see. Look. This is an open conversation. It's an open conversation, man.
He wants to have excuses, though. We ain't worried about excuses. Okay, how do you know that's the same guy? Man, come on.
It's called the internet.
With I don't know.
I did preface it with I don't know if it's for sure, but I mean you can go to the guy's page. It might just be there.
I don't care if it's not him with the MAGA hat on. We got a video with him with a knee in this man's neck. That's all I need.
That we do have.
That's all I need. I don't care what he did beforehand.
So the police force has gone on to fire him along with 3 other police officers. So it's four police officers total that they have fired.
Which we expected that. We expected him to get fired. I mean, it's video.
So is anybody? They are in jail now as we speak. Everybody's in jail.
They've been fired.
So they're not in jail.
Them folks had their feet kicked up.
Okay, so if they're in jail, I want to ask a question. It's the same question I asked last time. Why are they still breathing? Or why is he still breathing?
Well, Mario, I can be honest. There was a point in time when I could answer that question. Now, in the past 5-6 years, brother, I don't know. But I would think that in this day and age, him breathing would be not really something that should be going on right now. Like, I don't know how he made it to his car from the precinct, how he got out his car to his house, how he went to the grocery store after. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know, it's
But my problem therein lies, young people, why are we out here? Why are you out here killing yourselves? Why are you out here killing the people that look? I'm saying the people that look like you. Why are you killing your friends or your constituents on the streets, your whatever? Why are y'all killing yourselves over territory that you don't own? When there's folk out here like, what's this cop's name?
Right. You're just saying, Mario. I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Right. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
Right.
Why y'all killing each other when it's folk like that out there? It's a God complex.
Oh my.
It is. We have been trained to see. We have been trained to see white people as God, and they can do whatever they want to do to us, and we not retaliate. And that has been beat into our head since they brought us over here on the boat.
I would have to agree with you, sir.
You would have to agree.
Yes, sir.
Because otherwise, what thinking person would continue would allow on a continuous basis somebody to abuse them and misuse them and hurt them and kill them and all of the other stuff that's happened to us and not do anything about it?
I got a question too, man.
I ain't saying go do something. I'm just saying.
Right. And I think black communities are getting very tired of them. But my thing is, man, when are we gonna get really tired of it? Not to the point of violence.
No.
But to the point of when
Steve, you said it last week.
Okay.
White folk like that don't understand nothing but violence and money.
Steve, go back to.
Did you say that on air last week, or was that a private conversation? If it was, I just put you out there. But I agree with you 100%. It ain't no amount of marching you can do. If you could have done it, it would have worked by now. Ain't no amount of praying you could have did, because if you could have, it would have worked by now. You got to meet these. Almost close. You got to meet these folk with what they know. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
What are you saying, James?
Steve, put Mr. Herrera's comment back up there, where he said they supposed to have knees in their neck. I want to ask Mr. Herrera, who the hell is they? I want to know who they neck is. I want him to say it.
I want to know, when was it a tactic to take down a person with somebody's knees in their neck? That's what I want to know.
I've been taken down a few times by police. I ain't never had a knee in my neck. That's all I'm saying. But I want him to tell me who the hell they is. I want him to tell me who they is, so we can address they.
Okay.
Hey, Anthony, I don't know what game you playing, player, but you finna get bombarded by these folk on here. You know they finna search your ass. Excuse me. They finna search you out, right? So I would tell you.
Because I'm already looking.
Hey, what? You already looking for him, ain't you?
I want to make two statements. I want to make two statements. Black Twitter and black Facebook ain't no joke. Let me hear you. Hear me. Man, what's the Sean King
and Lee Emmerich.
Sean King, Lee Emmerich, man, they put folks' information out like that, y'all. So if you on Black Twitter, if you on what I call it Black Twitter and Black Facebook, but baby, you don't want your names mixed up with them, because they will get you quick.
Okay. He clarified.
He clarified?
Well, I don't know. He said the cops that did this.
Yeah, I think he was talking about the cops.
He said the cops need knees. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay. All right, we got you.
What now?
I'm guessing he's saying they believe they're supposed to have their knees on our neck. That's what they believe.
Okay. All right. Let me turn down.
Turn down.
But hey,
he's brown. He need to chill out so a knee get put in his neck. Karen can't help him.
what I tell y'all about black Facebook and black Twitter.
Boy.
Can I say this? Back to Mario mentioning what I said. I don't exactly remember what I said to you, Mario, but I'm like this, man. And I'm gonna have my wife hold me, and not to cuss.
I can't, baby.
But and I think I told James this. Bump the Kumbaya table.
Come on, sir. Come on.
Burn the Kumbaya table down.
Come on, sir.
Or take the wood and make it and build a shed and put your business in it. Because it is time out for us as a black people to keep coming to white people and say, hey, man, let's get together. Let's unify. Let's try to say something. Let's try to reason together.
You gonna help us? Help us?
I say, with all respect, and I'm glad my wife is here to keep it light. But seriously, I say bump the Kumbaya table. If they want to meet, let us meet. I'm tired of trying us coming in and praying and protesting and trying to come and meet with them and say, hey, let's get together. Bump that BS.
What can we do?
Bump that BS.
That's been over with.
Get your own black man. Get your own black woman and let them come to the table. Let them build a table. Let them bring the food. Let them. No, don't let them bring the potato salad. We don't need no potato salad from them. But
they can just stay out in their neighborhood. They don't even need.
But I'm serious, man, and I'm a man of faith. I'm a man of love. But I am saying it is time out for that. It is no longer working like that. It is no longer working. And I'm not trying to be a separatist. I'm just trying to say, guys, this is no longer working for us. Right. They don't want us. The laws are not set up for us. The system is not set up for us. So get your own, create your own, support your own. There's nothing more powerful than the black dollar.
Right. Come on, sir.
There is nothing more. I'm gonna say it one more time because I believe in it. There's nothing more powerful than the black dollar. Man, when the black people get together and say we are no longer supporting this, it shuts down. You hear me? Right. And they come begging, please come back, Negroes. We want your money. You are people that spend a whole bunch of money all the time.
All the time. It's amazing how when they come, they is whoever them is. Other than
I said what I said.
I say right. They is whoever them is. When they set up shop, they always set up shop in black communities.
Always
set up shops in black communities first because they know we're gonna spend money. I don't care how poor the community is. Throw a hair shop up in a poor black community. Watch them make them folk rich. Watch us make them rich.
Come on, man.
Throw a convenience store up in a black community that they've gotten loans to open.
This comment here, man, that old guy made, man, at the end of the day, if we have a problem, we calling the cops to protect us. That's not necessarily true for me, bro.
Right.
I ain't got to call the popo to protect me. I can protect myself.
It's got to be something. It's got to be something really so enough going on over here for me to call the police, bro. Somebody breaking in my house. I ain't calling the police. I'm gonna deal with that myself.
I'm gonna deal with that one myself.
It may sound crazy, but trust me.
I'll call
in Black America, that's the way it is, man. We can't. The police aren't protecting us. You see this? They're not protecting us. They busted in old girl's house and wanted to lock her boyfriend up for shooting at them when they done broke in.
Right.
They're not protecting us.
Right.
So not all cops, but the good cops have to start standing up. Thank you, Tracy.
Absolutely,
Where the good cops at? Why ain't the good cops saying nothing? If y'all good, say something. If y'all good, let me tell you something. And I've said this many times, Steve. I said it earlier. If I walk past a crime being committed and I don't say anything, if I walk past a child being raped and I don't say nothing, y'all find out the child being raped and y'all find out that James walked by and saw it, y'all gonna dog me out and say James should have said something. James had the ability to stop it and didn't say nothing. The same goes for these flipping cops, these so-called good cops that are out here.
Where are the good cops? Where are the good cops?
I'm sure there's good cops somewhere, but where they at? I don't see them.
Mm-mm.
I don't see them doing what's supposed to be good. I don't see them speaking out against this stuff. Even if they weren't involved, they're there. I don't see cops speaking out against this. There should be cops with those protesters in Minneapolis right now, protesting with them.
Right.
I mean, come on, man.
Is that the fraternity? Is that the fraternity of being a police?
That's exactly what you call it, the blue code. The blue code. That's exactly what it is.
The thin blue line.
Say what?
The thin blue line. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Come on, man. It's I'm at this point, man. It's time out for this stuff for real. It's time out for us to start just put up with whatever they want to do, however they want to do it, and then turn around and try to either justify it or come up with the whole, their jobs are stressful and all that kind of stuff. Man, listen
Gerald,
to me.
I don't understand what you put up, Gerald. Hey,
That's
Nick.
That's the link. Hold up. I'm finna go to it and see what it is. If I can find that comment. Let me tell you something. Who is that? That's Gerald Anthony Stewart. Listen, if it's something crazy, I'm telling you, this ain't the time. But
hey, Nick, I don't understand either, bro. I mean, there's some people that's gonna side with Master. You got your Candace Owens out there. You got some folks out there who will do no matter what Master say, they're gonna agree to it and try to get the whip for him and make sure it's all greased up.
I think we are it's a ticking time bomb. You understand what I'm saying? It is almost at the last second. Something is gonna pop off here.
I hope not, man. But I hope we're ready for it. Is my thing. Now, can I make a commercial for NAGA? What is it called again? NAAGA.
Yeah, go ahead and make the commercial.
Commercial for who?
National African American Gun Owners.
Okay.
See, now I'm by nature a pacifist by nature, because of my love and understanding and consideration. But I'm about to get strapped. Me and my family gonna have to.
Boy, all of us.
All of us gonna have to get strapped.
And a black-owned gun manufacturer guy. He's a black guy who makes ARs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I gotta send y'all the link. I gotta find it again.
Well, I make my own now, but I'll see how
you do. Who? What now?
I make my own now.
Can I put in an order?
No, I can't make them for you. I can only do.
Oh, okay.
You can show us how to do it. That's a webinar.
That's a webinar.
Oh,
that's money.
I can always share my knowledge. It's the law for me to build a gun for somebody else. That's against the law. But so doing your commercial for NAGA, I have joined NAGA. And,
okay.
I have since we last talked about it, signed up for NAGA. But I think, look, check this out. Here's the irony. I signed both me and Erica up for NAGA. And I think I put my email address in wrong. So she's the one that's catching all the emails that's going to her. It would be going to the person who's not even you know what I'm saying, a gun savvy. So, but I joined NAGA with the hopes of at some point becoming an official instructor.
That link that Gerald Anthony put up is just a link to the live in Minnesota, Steve, that you were.
Oh, okay.
Showing.
That I showed earlier.
Yeah. Tracy says she been strapped. I feel you.
Oh,
yeah. I've been thinking about it myself, man.
You gotta be able to protect yourself, bro.
I've been thinking about it more and more. I had my my personal reasons for not wanting to own a pistol, because of my past. But I think I've gotten old enough now to where I think I'll be okay. Because yeah, at this point, man, it's becoming a necessity.
Listen, go ahead, finish your
Oh,
statement.
go ahead. I'm done.
While you sitting back debating, while we're sitting back debating whether or not to have a gun, they are training their children at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old how to shoot them, field strip them, oil them, put them back together, make
Right.
bullets, the whole nine. But we sitting back thinking about whether or not we ought to have a gun. Hell yeah, you ought to have a gun. Why should you not have a gun? You need it. Hold on. It's getting serious around here. What
Yes,
you gonna protect yourself with? A butter knife?
Hey, he got a sword behind him, so you know.
Man, please. A bullet and a sword. That's why swords went out of fashion. Bullets came on the scene.
Right.
Well, like I say, it wasn't a matter of me thinking whether or not I needed one.
I got you.
Like I say, it's I've got some reasons why guns just weren't good to be in my hand at a particular point in my life.
I got you. You OG. I got you.
So, but at this point though, it's it's becoming a necessity, man. And the bad part about it is that it's getting to the point to where we are going to have to protect ourselves from the people who are supposed to be protecting us.
Wow, that's an old. Who's watching the watching?
Right.
He's watching the watcher.
Right, and it's just, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like,
beyond crazy.
I mean, like, for real. And now we just, Tracy's right, man. They hunting that fight. I grew up with dudes, man, with white dudes whose parents had them out there hunting. You know what I'm saying? Early, and had them. I had friends in middle school that had rifles. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I know.
Okay, Steve.
Yeah.
You said you wanted this to be we have to provide a solution.
Right.
I think we've done that in some areas. We are going to have to. We are going to have to, first of all, get angry enough to actually want to do something.
Right.
Get rid of the talking table. They don't want to talk. We don't need to try to. We sitting at the table by ourselves. It's time to go ahead and get up, kick the table over, flip it over. Jesus flipped over some tables. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to get up, man, flip them tables over and go do what we got to do. Mm-hmm. And I think once that happens, see, right now, and I get it with black folks, we're waiting for a leader. We're waiting for a leader to step up. But that right.
You are the leader. You are the leader.
Right. We got to get out of that mentality of waiting for a leader and be the change that you want to see.
Come on, son.
So if we want that change, then we got to start being that change. And we got to simply, and listen, y'all, I'm not telling you go grab your guns and run to the police station and start shooting at the police.
No, that ain't what we saying.
But what I am telling you is that get mad enough to go to the police station and say, hey, this stuff y'all doing ain't cool, man. What we going to do about it?
Or get mad enough to put your money where your mouth is. There's organizations out there that directly combat this stuff.
And let's start grooming some political candidates that have our interests and mind and at heart that we can vote into these leadership positions. Let's stop just voting for the lesser of two evils and start grooming up. I got a hard time voting for any kind of evil. So let's start grooming up some people, man.
You can go to the site.
Did Trump comment on this yet?
Who?
Man, please.
I'm trying to find that live feed again.
Oh, okay. Trying to go back to the
somebody said there's an armed militia marching towards precinct 3.
Black militia, white militia.
Right. Which militia would that be, brother?
Because
Oh,
my
bro.
heart, it did my heart well to see that black militia in Georgia.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That did my heart well.
yeah. I remember Mario called me about that when he was so happy.
Boy, that did my heart well, son. And it's what it is. It's a group of several black organizations. The New Black Panther Party, the Black Panther Party, a few other ones that I can't name, but they all came together in a show of force. Let's see.
Craig Carter Mack said they need to bring back the Black Panthers.
They're back. No, they're back.
Well, they're
Right.
still, yeah, you know.
That's who you saw down in what Georgia?
Brunswick.
Yeah. That was
Okay.
one of that was one of the black organizations that was there. They back.
Tell Brock Maddox if he got the link, man, if he can post the link in the comments so we can
Take a look at it.
Yeah.
So we got about 15 more minutes, guys. If somebody asked them, what can we do? What should we do? One is, like we stated before, start using your political power, which is your money. Nothing speaks louder in politics than money. Stop supporting. I saw this meme the other day. It says, stop spending money where they won't hire you. It was an old picture.
That's good.
Stop spending money where they're not supporting you. I mean, you got Home Depot, some other these people that support large, President Trump. I'm just gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? Find places that where you can support black businesses, and don't worry about the prices, because the prices are gonna be there, because the R&D needs help. They need help with their business, so support them. So stop tripping over a little extra coins, because you're gonna pay the white man the same amount of money, if not more. Another thing is we need to have churches. And I'm going to say this because I come from the church background. I saw Bishop Woods, Jonathan Woods Jr., talking to a white pastor tonight.
Say it.
I'm going to say it like this, man.
Say it.
If your white pastor don't say nothing about this, you need to leave that church. If your white pastor has said nothing about Ahmaud Arbery, you need to leave that church. If your white pastor does not have programs in his church to understand the black experience, and you up in there and you tithing and you're giving your monies to this white church that does not have a program or anything, or doesn't say anything about race in their church, you need to leave that church. I'm sorry, it might hurt somebody's feelings, but that's the way it is. If they're not doing anything to help the community or do what God loves, which is what? Justice.
Mm-hmm.
You need to leave that church, because they're not supporting you for real. They're not supporting your community. They're not supporting your family like that. The last thing that I kind of want to say, man, is a quote from D.L. Hughley. He said, the most dangerous place for a black man to live is in the white people's imagination.
Come on, boy. Repeat that again.
That really we can do to change their minds. You can't be you can't. What is it? Code speak. What do they call that? Code switching, whatever.
Code switching.
Code switch. You can't code switch enough.
Mm-hmm.
You can't shave enough. You can't talk well enough. What's that they always say? He talks good, or he speaks very well.
He's very articulate. He's very articulate.
There's nothing more that you can do to present yourself. You can't be Candace Owens enough, because she's still black to her white husband.
Right.
See?
Right.
That's why, Erica, it don't matter if I cussed or not. They still gonna see me as a nigga.
They're gonna still, I'm saying, and it's nothing that we can change. But when we change their minds with our black dollar, then we have a say in the political system. Then we start bringing up, as Fred said, man, we start grooming our people to be in positions of power, and stop accepting what's been given to us. I'm with you on that, James, all the way, Doc.
Groom and support.
We need to groom and support, like my wife said.
So I'm looking at this comment. Steve, put up this last comment from Mookie Mook.
Which one? He got
the very last one. Black people never riot with black kill black. I don't take my race seriously no more. Black lives matter when a white cop kills someone. Listen,
You about to catch that fire, Mook.
listen, bro. Let me tell you something, man. And I mean this in the most heartfelt way I could say it. Don't say nothing else on this show. That comment you just made had to have been one of the most ignorant things somebody could have said during this particular show with this subject that we're talking about right now. Only thing you doing when you do that, sir, is you dumb down what we're talking about, because there's always got to be somebody that's got to bring up blacks killing blacks. It's a whole different subject. That's not the subject at hand. That's not what we're talking about right now. But there's always somebody that's got to bring that silliness up. Listen, kill that. You want to talk about that on the show? We'll do a show about black violence against black people. We can do a whole show about that. That ain't what we're talking about right now. So leave that alone, man. Leave it alone. Don't bring it up. If that's the way you feel, log off. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to be here. Like, you don't have to listen to this if it's bothering you, because you don't
Turn your card in.
you're embarrassed for your race or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And see where that gets you.
Right. You can turn. Hey, yeah, like my wife said, Mook, you turn in your card, bro. See what
Watch
happens.
this, Mook. So by him making that statement, he'd believe white people don't kill white people. I've driven trucks for years. I've been all over the country. We live here in Birmingham, where a lot of the people, where the majority of the population is black. So when the crime happens, it tends to happen where the majority of
black people,
where black people are. If you go somewhere where there are white people, go to Ohio, what parts of Ohio, and where it's mainly white, the Midwest, where it's mainly white. When crime happens, who commits it? Who commits it? White folk.
Go to Gunnersville.
Yeah, we had some white man killed his wife, her sister, and the child.
I'm gonna do you one better. Go to Jasper.
Right.
You got more meth heads and all of that crap up there in Jasper and Summerton and all up and through there, but it doesn't make it to the news.
Mookie,
it gets handled right there in Jasper.
Mook, please, Mook, stop. Okay, you gonna dig yourself a hole on this show, bro. Just stop.
Oh, Tracy, just stop. I just saw you say it.
We okay. We get it, Mook. Okay, listen.
Walker County.
I like what Tracy said. She said black people killing black people go to jail. Right. White people that kill black people get a vacation or early retirement or Burger King.
Administrative leave with pay.
So let's kill that ignorant conversation, Chief. You sound illiterate.
You sound
illiterate. How can we take this serious if we killing each other? Man, Mook, come on.
Hey James, don't let that
I'm trying to
what's up, what's up, cousin Tanya?
I'm trying to watch what I say, man. I don't never set out to offend people, but this cat here, just please, Mook, just listen, bro. Don't say nothing else. Just listen.
Don't talk. Just listen.
Yeah. Right.
So, where we get
Lord, here you go. No, because y'all are hypocrites. It's where y'all.
No, because y'all are hypocrites. It's where was y'all months ago? Okay. Complete a sentence.
All right. All right. I guess you just want to keep on, man. Listen to me. All right, listen to me.
Hey, if you want smoke, give him smoke.
Listen.
Tonight, all smoke.
I was typing fast. Mook, I don't want to hear that mess, man. Listen, stop typing.
Did one of his people get killed or something? That's why he out here talking crazy.
I don't know, but there's always some Negro
That's what I'm saying. Mookie Mook might not even be a black guy. That might be.
He might not even be a black
he got
guy.
a cup
You know
for
what I'm
his for his thing.
He might be a troll. So
Right. Troll. So we moving. That's what I'm saying. Moving on.
hey, Mook said he want to join.
Send him the link. Send him the link. Let's turn up. Send him the link.
Put your email address in the link, Mook.
Hey, put the email address in.
Put
If
the
you
email
feel wrong.
in there.
Hey,
Put the
be
email
careful,
in, dog.
man. He might come on naked.
No, I can see before he comes on live. I mean, like if you feeling froggy, Mook, send me your email address.
Come on, Mook. I mean, if that's what you want, man.
Right.
No, man, he wanted to talk. He wanted to be on the show. Send us your email address. We'll send you the link to the show. There you are.
There you go. Yes, sir.
Look, Louisiana.
Now, Mook, you just put your email out on the live show. You might get some email.
Y'all really gonna put this shit on, man?
Let me tell you.
Give me a minute, y'all. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. You know, I had a conversation with my wife the other day, and we were sitting at the table talking about our experiences with racism. And she found it strange that I grew up in a town called Wylam, right here in Birmingham. Wylam. And she found it odd that growing up, now I had a great childhood, but inside of that great childhood, and there were parts of Wylam that I could not go in because that was the white folks' quarters, as we called them.
Right.
And she found that strange that somebody in our age bracket thought that we were past that. I'm like, nah, we wasn't past it in my time. I've seen racism face to face.
Right. A lot of people thought that about me, Mario, because I grew up in Michigan. And a lot of people, when I moved down here, for some reason, a lot of people thought that in Michigan we didn't have racism in the KKK. KKK used to march in Lansing every year. Every year. The Grand Wizard for a long time lived about 5 miles from me. So I'm just, did you send Mook the link?
Yeah, I sent it. He should get it by now.
Mook, click the link.
Okay, so finishing my story.
Go ahead, finish the story.
He gets on. We had sections called the white folks' quarters. We couldn't go in the white folks' quarters. If we got caught in the white folk quarter, they would throw rocks at us.
You said in Wylam?
Wylam, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We would get rocks thrown at us. We were called niggers on a regular basis. I went to an elementary school that was 60-40 white to black. And we would play together. We play in my elementary school went from kindergarten to 8th grade. By the time we got to the 8th grade, you could really see who they were being formed. That's when we started getting called niggers and all of this other stuff. Around 12, 13, they started to become who they were going to be.
Does Wylam still have those rights? I don't know. I ain't been to Wylam.
Nah, back in the 80s when the U.S. still kind of went belly up, Wylam kind of became a ghost town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The parents are teaching the kids that behavior.
Because I've only been to Wylam, probably, man, maybe 3 times.
Wylam you see now is a shadow of its former self. Wylam was founded by,
Ladies and gentlemen, now entering Mr. Mook. What's going on, Mook?
What's up with you, man?
What's going on?
Nothing, I'm chilling, man. Hey, all right. This what I want to say. Like, you just can't really take this. Like, I mean, yeah, the guy lost his life, and I do feel sorry for him and his family or whatnot. But it's like you can't even take you can't. It's like you can't even take.
Don't say what I think you're about to say.
Now let him finish, man.
No, it's like you can't even take us serious anymore. Like for instance, I'm gonna tell you one person who I seen. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. All right, I seen this one person, right? So I ain't gonna say his name, but he got a lot of power, right? So he connected like with different states. So this person, he turned up because somebody took one of his artists' chain or whatnot, and Prince. That's all I'm gonna say. So you probably don't know, or you probably don't know, but it was like he was how can I say it? He was putting more effort into a chain, and calling different states and telling people, oh, we need to come together, and putting stuff on Instagram and all this stuff, and eventually he got the chain back. But with this, why you can't make black people come together? Like, I don't understand. It's just like this the only time we come together, and then we just come together to act crazy. You see what I'm saying? It's like we just come together for one little period of time, and that's just it. And then we back to how it's back to, and it look goofy. It look goofy. We just come together one little time, and then it's back to how it was, shooting woo to woo. Oh, then they go on these rap videos, make songs about it, how they just killed somebody, and then the person mama got to hear about they sending videos to how they destroying people murals and stuff like that, and it's just all type of stuff. I mean, if we can't take our own race serious, how could anybody else can take it serious?
That's a good point.
I mean,
he has a bit of a point.
Right.
He has a bit of a point. We get upset, we get emotionalized about a situation, and then we leave it there. All right, Mookie, you had the chance. We're gonna hand it over Mario or James.
Mario, you was first. Go ahead.
James, that's one. He turned his hat back. Go ahead, James.
Okay. So here's my thing. So I can agree with what you said. The issue is that that's a whole nother conversation.
I can't hear him.
You can't hear me? Can y'all hear me?
I hear you fine.
Turn your volume up, Mookie.
Turn your volume up on your computer.
No, I'm on my cell phone. I can hear everybody else, but
you can't hear me? Can you hear me?
I hear
you. Can't hear me?
Go ahead and say what you're gonna say, Jay.
Well, my thing is, this ain't the conversation for that. That's a whole nother conversation. See, what happens is that when we start mixing the conversations between what we're talking about tonight, which is the killing of black people, and we start mixing that with the issues that black people have with each other, when we begin to do that, then we start to dumb down these conversations. Okay? We have to learn that the issues that we have amongst ourselves as black people are conversations that we can have amongst ourselves. They're conversations that need to be had and that we do have. And to act like we don't have them is silly. So this conversation tonight is about the killing of this man, about this execution style killing. That's where this conversation has to stay. Because only thing that happens when we start to mix them, you're gonna have white people saying, "Yeah, you're right."
What is he saying?
Black people killing each other. See, since he can hear y'all, kind of telling what I'm going at.
What James is saying, man, is that you do have a point, but the point for tonight is that we need to focus on what we need to focus on, which is the death of this black man at the hands of police officers. Yes, we do need to come together as black people and which I've always heard Dr. Boyce Watkins say, that we need to have a base of operations. But now it's not the conversation to have about black on black, because it muddles the conversation. Yeah, it muddles the waters and it muddles the conversation. You do have a small point, man, and I give you that. But to start yelling black on black crime when at the hands of authority is a whole different story, bro.
And the way that dude
I mean, hold on. All right, hold on. Let me ask you something. Didn't you see? Hold on. Now, let me ask you this. Did you see the video that's going around where the black dude punched the black cop? Didn't you see that video? Nobody seen that video, right?
From where?
They was in the court, and this was just recently, a couple of days. It's floating around the internet.
Did anybody
the black cop?
Are they dead?
Are they dead?
No, but listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Though.
Anybody dead?
That's irrelevant,
That
bro.
dude went to jail. The black dude punched the cop,
See,
and he
that's see what I'm
probably
saying.
went to jail.
Like it just like if you just see the why you punch the black cop though. You see what I'm saying? The black cop was trying to help out the situation and tell them to leave. And the dudes, all the black people, oh, well, you ain't telling the white people to leave, and he just punched the police in the face. But
Oh, I
nobody
did
talking
see that.
about that.
I did
Nobody
see that.
talking about that shit. You see what I'm saying? They
You
only
know
talk
what
about
what
that shit
happened
was
to
wrong
the black
too.
guy?
That shit was wrong. And that's his
Yeah,
own,
but ain't nobody
kind,
dead. Ain't nobody
kind.
dead right there. No, nobody died.
Yeah,
At
you
that.
can't overlook that though. You can't overlook that. You see what I'm saying? And if the police would have
Look,
shot him, they would have been like,
yes,
they
they
would
would
be
have.
fucked up.
You're right.
You see
They
what I'm
would
saying?
have. You are right.
That's why
But they
there's
did.
a lot of
Nobody is dead
contradictory
from
when it
that.
comes to the.
And that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how they done killed this boy, and they had the option and the opportunity to not kill him. The opportunity was there for them to arrest him and not kill him, but they took the opportunity to inflict harm on him that killed him that was unnecessary.
A punch is way different than a crushed larynx.
Right.
Steve, Tracy said bring her
That's
on, man. I said we
true.
bring
I mean,
Tracy in.
everything you saying is
Tracy,
true, but
you want to come on? Tracy, hold on a second. Hold on a second, Mook. Hold on a second.
Mook, we need to talk to you, but that's just
Yeah.
a different show. We can have a different show about that.
Yeah,
You're right.
and it needs to be said. You know, it needs to be said, Mook. Tracy,
yeah,
send
I
me.
mean, because we always say this. Like, I mean, it's like it's rhetorical. Like, yeah, and then that shit fade right away. It fade away.
Tracy,
We don't
inbox
have it
me
because
your,
that shit fade right away. It fade right out the door.
Hold on a
You see what I'm
second,
saying?
Mook. I got you.
Let me ask you a question, Mook.
Tracy, inbox. Hold on a second. Tracy,
What are
inbox me your
you
email
doing?
address.
You said what?
What are you doing to change the narrative?
There it is, Steve.
I mean, what can I do? You see what I'm saying? It's like what can I do? I mean, they got these older people out here, these people that got power and all these people, these gang members and these people. I mean, they need to do something. These people that they need to do something instead of adding to the problem. They getting out of jail and they they're doing they starting them off young. They starting them off young. These kids they putting do-rags, I mean bandanas around their neck. My son gonna be a gangster and putting this bag in their pants and all that shit. And I mean you gotta look at it. That hold on and see this is the thing too. Yeah, the police killed him, but what did that dude do? He stole something. He stole something.
Who stole something?
Mook, kill that.
He ain't steal nothing.
Who stole something?
I don't care if he stole the whole store, bro.
So I really don't know the backstory then.
You really don't know the backstory. You in here having a conversation about something you ain't got to. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you. God keep you for coming on. Be safe in your travels and get the hell on.
Oh my God. Didn't I tell y'all there was gonna be somebody? Didn't I tell y'all there was gonna be a Negro that was going to I said it.
Hold on, Trace. I'm trying to get you.
There was going to be a Negro to try to justify what did he do beforehand. Huh?
All right, Trace, I sent you the link, baby.
I knew when he came up on camera how that was gonna go. When I saw it, okay. That wasn't gonna go well.
Y'all want to shout out the DC boys are on with us tonight. What's up, DC?
Oh, they are?
Yeah, we got Alan on here.
What's up?
Batacon came through.
Falmouth.
What happened? Y'all took Mook off? I wanted Mook to stay on.
Hey man, I couldn't deal with that. Why not cuss?
I was trying to keep Mook on, man. I think Tracy wanted some of Mook.
You gotta know.
I just wanted Mook to understand. And Mook, if you're still listening, bro, we hear you. Your issues that you have are valid, okay? Nobody is discrediting what you're saying. What we are saying is that we have to stay focused on the subject matter. Because when we lose focus from the subject matter, then they lose focus and they don't take us serious because because people like you say, I can't take us seriously.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tracy Stokes.
Hey, y'all.
Miss Tracy, what's happening?
Listen, so the little dude was getting on my nerve. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
So you mind?
Okay. So what I gotta say to Moo is that ain't the narrative. That's just not what we're talking about. It's definitely important, but it's not what we're talking about. So when you start changing the narrative as Black people, then you cause a divide. So we don't accomplish anything. We're not saying that that's not important. We're just saying that's not the subject at this point.
Right.
Right.
And that's what we were trying to explain to him, man. And he just wasn't. He's young and he's hyper. You know what I'm saying? And he wants to get all that stuff out, man. But this ain't the conversation for that right now.
Right.
And like I said at the beginning of the show, you are gonna have those people who are gonna do that. They always want to start talking about Black on Black crime. Whenever you start mentioning about what white folks is doing, they still, what about Black on Black crime?
But then there's another thing. People always want to like say, where's Al Sharpton? Where's all them folks 100 years old? Like, where you at? So you're young. Martin Luther King was like 30 something when he died, right? You're young. So that means he had been doing all this way beforehand. Like, so where are our Martin Luther Kings and all that? But then, like Mario said earlier, then we have to do it. At some point, somebody gonna pick a leader. I don't care. Right. I don't care who it is, but you can't just keep blaming everybody else for what's going on.
That's true. That is very true. And that's a good question. That's a very valid question. Who and where are our leaders?
Right.
Is it Dr. Ulmer? Is it who Sean King?
Wait. Is it 3 Black men? Y'all on
Hey. Could it be? It could have been.
It could be. So you gotta make it happen.
I'm gonna go run for office tomorrow. Let me see who I know.
Yes,
ma'am. Out in the open. It's gonna be it.
Well, is it 3 Black men? I mean, come on now.
Because I need somebody in the room to represent and look like me, especially down here in Shelby County.
Exactly.
Steve, put Mook's comment up, man. Mook just commented.
What's happening is everybody's starting now to kind of speak the same language for the most part. That's when I say you kind of don't need a leader. When everybody starts speaking the same thing, you understand? Everybody's kind of talking the same language right now. Everybody's speaking the same language. Everybody's saying the same. We seeing the same thing. We coming up with the same narrative. I don't know if we need a leader right now.
No, we need a leader because everybody needs to be a leader. See, somebody needs to be able to follow. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody has a great idea. Everybody has like those ideas, but who can actually put?
So Mook said, and I don't know where Mook got this information from, but Mook said he was using fake documents to
it don't matter.
Something. The police
it don't matter what he was. Look, John, who is that? John talking. It don't matter what he was using. Number one, he was already detained. That's number one. I'm not saying people shouldn't be punished for the crimes that they're committing. What I'm saying is, if you're gonna choke out this guy, you should have choked out the white guy that did the same thing he was doing.
I'm on, Tracy.
That's all I'm saying. I don't care nothing about what he was doing, but once he was detained, he was detained. Now after that, you have become a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is. I'm not covering up for his crime. Should he have been arrested for what he was doing? Absolutely. Take him to jail. Give him whatever he was supposed to get or earned or whatever, but he didn't deserve to die.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying. And white people getting on my nerves because I don't know what made them think that they are so entitled that they can just decide what they're gonna do when they want to do it. It don't work like that. It like somebody on here said earlier, this ain't back in the day. I'm telling you, I'm shooting first. I'll do the rest later.
Oh,
that's Tracy, y'all. That's Tracy.
Tracy with 2 E's, ladies and gentlemen.
Tracy with 2 E's, y'all.
2 E's.
So now I'm on here looking a mess. I was folding clothes.
That's all right, Tracy. You got your point out.
You got your hype that mud, huh? You got folding clothes to deal with Mook.
Y'all be having my blood pressure up. I gotta go now. I gotta finish. It's late.
He looked like somebody that they'll get next, so he better watch out.
He looked like he was on the short bus, but I'm gone after that. Bye.
He's a target.
Well, I gotta tell you something. I really love our listeners, and
I do too. I do too. I love our folks. But here's one last question, guys. I do like the idea. We do need to have a leader, man. And who are our next leaders? Who can Black people get behind? Getting past the what Master done pushed down for years, that crab in a bucket mentality, that pull one down because they're not perfect. Because it's easy for white folks to get behind somebody.
Well, Keisha just said it, man. These type of conversations is where it has to start. These type of conversations is where we have to first acknowledge the problem, talk about the problems, and then come up with the solutions to the problems. The problem, I think, is, and maybe this is what Mook was trying to get at, is that enough of these type of conversations don't happen to kind of ignite Black people to try to come and actually do something. Because we get mad, we get angry, and we go and protest, but what happens after that? Do the conversations happen after that to organize? Because you can't start a war without organization.
And we have to organize. That's why we have to have leaders, Mario. We have to.
I hear you.
So
I hear you.
If we don't organize after the anger, then what happens is everything just falls to the back. Like when Trayvon Martin happened, we were angry, we were pissed, and we went out there and we did all kinds of stuff. But there was no organization afterwards. So it just kind of died out. You know what I'm saying? And that died out. Then you had a lot of other things that started to happen after Tamara Rice and Mike Brown and all that kind of stuff.
I was about to say.
We've got to organize.
It's so much happening so fast, and it's so much is happening back to back to back to back. It's like one thing after the next, one thing after the next.
Like Trayvon Martin's mom is running for office, and I'm hoping that the people in Florida support her.
What is she running for?
I don't know what office she's running for, but she's running for something in Florida.
Some city.
Yeah.
Can I vote for her? Can I send her? I
know, right? You can probably send her some money. And that's what we need to do, man. Like I keep that. Somebody said it earlier. They repeated exactly the same thing I said. It is the black dollar. The black dollar. Stop wasting your money on dumb junk, people. We are the worst consumers in the world. We buy dumb junk. We don't invest in ourselves. Stop buying dumb junk.
Right.
So we've just got to, man.
Grassroots out to Birmingham.
We've just got to decide.
What you mean, cuz?
You know, the grassroots, man. You know, people. You know, boots on the ground type stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got to be the ones to actually get out and do some stuff. I might have there's a guy I'm friends with, man. I might try to get on the show this week or this weekend anyway, Sunday, and come on and talk about some stuff that he's done and that he's doing. But it's this type of stuff, man, that we're going to have to organize.
We are going to have to organize.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to. And in order to organize, we've got to have conversations. We've got to start calling out people. We got to start calling out, especially in Birmingham, all these black politicians, man, our mayor and all that stuff. We got to start calling these people out. They ran on certain things, and we voted for them because of certain things, and it's not happening.
Right.
We got to start calling that kind of stuff out. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop just sitting back and letting. If we're going to believe in the political process, if we're going to believe in voting and all that, then we need to start doing more than just voting for who they tell us to vote for.
Yeah,
and we got to start making hold these people accountable for the fact that we voted for them. Joe Biden should have to fight for our vote. He should have to work for our vote. He should have to sweat for our vote. He shouldn't just get it just because. Just because he's not Trump. He shouldn't get our vote. I get it. We want Trump out of office. But we need to make Biden show us something. We need to make Mayor Woodfin show us something.
Do it every day. You're right.
We need to make them do that, man. Yes, and Chris Coleman does have a think tank.
He does the think tank at 4:00 every day.
He absolutely does. And maybe we need to contact him.
Maybe we need to get with Chris Coleman and
do that. But whatever that happens, we definitely need to organize. At this point, it's imperative that we organize. We can't just keep running just on our heels all the time. We got to do it after the protests.
So what I want to do, man, next week, I want to try to get DeWanna Thompson on. she did the whole oh my God, what was the name of it? I think it was the woke vote or something like that. She's here in Birmingham, Alabama. She's worked a lot with political systems and how to start them and how to get them up and started. And so I think what I want to try to do is have her get her on here also, man. She was one of the youth at More Than Conquerors a long, long time ago. Woke vote, yeah. DeWanna Thompson, and she would have a lot of information on how we can organize, how we can become a political power, if we want to say that. Maybe give us some information and give everybody else some information on how to get that started. What do y'all guys think about that?
Let's do it.
We're on.
All right, cool. All right, man. We've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. Any parting shots, any parting thoughts on the Fred side?
No, I think I'm good, man. Like I say, we need to organize. There's some things that's already wrapping through my head about what can be done. We got to start to use our gifts and what we already have to kind of do what we need to do. So I'm definitely going to think of some ways to put my cameras to use. We need to get this stuff. We need to make it happen.
Ms. Key, you got anything to say?
I agree with James. I agree with everybody here. We need to get together. We need to stop talking about it and being about it.
I hear you. I hear you. Mr. Mario.
I agree with James. But I'll add this to it. We are all we have. We are all we have.
That's it. That's true.
We have to look out and do for ourselves. Ain't no white Jesus coming to get us. Ain't nobody coming to save us but us. And that's
Preach it, sir. Rako shete rando make a shete roko she bataba.
Oh, wow.
Right there. But that's it. Ain't nobody coming to save us. We're gonna have to do it ourselves, and it's gonna come. It's gonna have to be us to do it. That's all. That's it. I'm repeating myself.
All right. I like what Ernest said here. He said, "How do you eat elephant? One bite at a time."
Right.
Y'all be the new revolution, and it's time for a revolution. You know, I'm not gonna get deep, man, but you know, when I was praying at the top of the year, I heard there was gonna be a shift. I know it's gonna be like this.
Right.
I know it's gonna be like this, yo.
You know, the preachers for years now have been saying they sense a shift in the atmosphere. You know,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They've been saying it for years.
Yeah, here it is. Here it is. It's the time. You got anything you need to say?
Oh, y'all just look out, because I'm about to go get me a sign and everything, and I'm about to be a community activist, because they are not going to kill my husband, my kids, and my friends, not without me saying it.
Okay. Before you make your sign, can I get my diabetic-free lemonade? Can I get my diabetic lemonade?
If that's what I need to pull the people out, then yes. That's a great idea. Thank you, sir. Using my gifts. Get diabetic-free lemonade to get the people to come to
the I'm talking about me.
For the gift. See what I'm talking about? That's what's wrong. That's what Mookie talking about right there. See what I'm talking about right there? Me.
Well, I'm with Mook at this point. Bump the people. I want my
people. You talking about some lemonade.
Ernest Maiden Jr., that's my cousin, y'all.
Okay.
Ernest
What's going on, bro?
Hey, McMillan from last week. That was my cousin. So my family is logging on, checking us out.
Yeah, I had one of my cousins log in, Miss Tanya. All right, guys. So, man, it's been a wonderful show. I hate that we have to have these extra shows during the week over some dumb crap. The 4 officers have been have been laid off or fired. We're still waiting for, once again, this is talking about the case of Mr. Floyd being choked. 4 officers have been arrested.
No, they've been fired.
I mean, fired. I'm sorry. They've been fired. I'm speaking. Recreate. They have been fired. We're going to be waiting for some criminal charges to be pressed. Hopefully that'll come up. Hopefully there will be justice. We know that in America it is not necessarily going to happen, especially when the white cops are involved. So let's just be praying that justice will be served. Something that God loves. That's justice. Also, let's be praying for the Floyd family.
Right, because he was from Houston.
Because he was from Houston.
And in Minneapolis working.
And he died in Minneapolis because he was working there. So, but yeah, man. Y'all been watching the Three Black Guys show. Man, keep your head up. Keep your prayers up. And we'll see y'all on Sunday. Put your threes up. Love y'all, man. Be safe out there, black man.
All right, sir. Back at you. Y'all be easy.